You got the fire, you got the water pit, that's a healing area, and you got the chimney and the kangaroo couch and the dog. You got the dog, he sits next to the fire. You got the kangaroo couch. You take the couch away, you got the kangaroo skin that sits on the ground, so you sit on the skin, warms. And the WATERhole is all about feeding, fishing, spearing and all that sort of stuff. And that's what it's all about. Yeah. And the 5 poles are out the front, comes in, and without the clans, well, you've got nothing.
This way to the building, that's the ramp coming off there, the little, and then the boardwalk come from that, and that's the tree. So then we've got the table and campfire, and there'll be seating here, and the big log will get moved back closer to the fence.
Well, when they sit around a fire, they feel that, like if the hands of the spirits are with them. It's a spiritual place, really. It's a very spiritual around the fire. It means a lot, especially to the Koris. Without water, you die, isn't it? It's a place where we get our water from and drink from it, and so does the animals, And water is another good healing place, It just feel that calm around just sitting around it, Everybody sort of feed off the WATERhole.
This project is a flow-on. It's like the ripples in the pond in a community. Community cultural development work can initiate. So you throw the pebble in the pond, and if the work has the right kind of connection into the community, it will have that kind of resonance. When we did the Butte Ute in 2002, and that had wonderful outcomes for the community in terms of bringing everyone together to work on it across both the Indigenous, non-Indigenous community. We then went on to do Common Ground, which was a much bigger project, but also a project that engaged the community in a very positive way. It went out into such a huge audience. There was, 5,000 people saw that. We had this really great sense that we had connected people in a way that they shared the pride together, they shared the artistic outcomes, and the marriage of Indigenous art with non-Indigenous art was quite groundbreaking in what it accomplished. We decided at that moment that the next thing we needed to do as a community was to find spaces that were more permanent spaces in the town that became a visible example of that spirit and that respect. Through the delivery of those other projects, I had developed a great relationship with the health services. They were prepared to really support us and give us what we needed to, the infrastructure and the space we needed to realise that vision. It was a great opportunity to be given a bit of space to be allocated for the landscaping, and to then get a collaboration going between the landscape architect and the artist. I went back to those people who had been working as a team for some years now, Francis Harrison, Lenny Hayes, asked them if they would come on board, and we've since then been working on this precinct, it's about 3 years now, to realise that final vision. So the spirit poles were completed last year as stage 1, and now we're working on stage 2, which is the WATERhole and fire, CampFIRE. Those two elements being incredibly important for healing in the community. CampFIRE, WATERhole were already happening, and then I had also the opportunity to put in an expression of interest for Illuminated by Fire. The piece for that, which is called FIREplace, is really responding to the campfire as our iconic original place of meeting and eating and sharing stories. It's timeless, the fire in our human existence. So what we've got now is the FIREplace, which is the white fella colonisation version of how we come together and do the same thing. So I'm building a chimney which not only represents structurally the chimneys that we've put onto the landscape with white settlement, but it is also made out of briquettes. Briquettes being blocks of ancient forest which existed on this land before there was any human habitation. So we've got another overlay of time, and we've got this strange little block of coal that has actually ultimately ended up becoming our fire, becoming our power, our source of light and warmth. So it's really looking at how we now, whether we're black or white, sit in front of those fireplaces, in lounge rooms, on couches, and watch our TVs. So the elements in that work are the couch, the dog by the fire, the tally and the chimney. But we've overlaid that with the ancient culture from before white settlement. So we've got the kangaroo skin couch, we've got the spirit dog, which has always been part of Aboriginal culture. And onto the chimney, on the bricks, we're painting, onto the briquettes, we're painting the firetail finch, which was the original bird that the Gunai-Kurnai people say was responsible for bringing fire to this region. And on the TV, we've embellished all of the surfaces of that with other firebirds like the Gang cockatoo. It can be very tokenistic sometimes, the way people work with Aboriginal communities. Sometimes the artwork is just an add-on to the main event. And what I'm really interested in is how we as a community can move forward to be able to maximise the creative potential of the two cultures as an artwork. And I think that's what we're really starting to accomplish quite uniquely in this town now. It's being looked at much broader out there in the state, and the funding bodies are all quite excited about what we're achieving.
Welcome. That's a Mata Nicky Moffat. Hello, my name is Nicky Moffat. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners, the Gunai-Kurnai people, elders past and present, and everybody enjoy the festivities. Thank you.
So I'd like to thank you all for coming. Fantastic to have you all here. And so it's this beautiful overlay of time and culture and stories that will look at where we sit now as a community and our relationship to all of that, and really pay homage to it in a respectful and meaningful kind of way. And hopefully the community that come to look at that work will get it, and they will somehow be able to connect to what it is that we as a team of artists are trying to convey to them.
I do a fire song. I said, I don't know. A back so strong.
Let's keep going.
Still